7.
Shush. The capture of Port Lumen was a rousing success. With no proper command structure, and with their forces being hit on both sides, it didn't take long for Heraeth to surrender. In Port Lumen, there is cheering in the streets as the oppressed find themselves freed, and not only for new, more hidden shackles, but possibly truly freed, as the Labarum forces are met by grinning specters, and the flagship Weltgeist of Yang's ghosts hovers above the taken fortress. But this probably doesn't matter to any of you, even though you're being sent back home in style aboard a fast picket cruiser to go get some new medals pinned to your chests. The weight of yesterday's events probably lies heavy on all of you. Eliza. It's late when you see it. To pass the time aboard the boat, you've all been taking turns sorting through the fractured data Rev brought back with him. There's not much about Adea in here, unfortunately. This seems to be an older set of reports, although there still might be good stuff in it. You're clicking through a series of numbered reports, most of them useless, when you open one up, and the title hits you like a sack of bricks. Report D56, The Remedy Flint Incident, 0212-117-NC. The report reads as such. Our allies in House Theophrastus and Instrumental Industries have failed. Project True Gestalt has failed. At 800 hours 0210, an elite Labarum strike force consisting of, among others, PFC Zenith Flint hit Redacted. Further intelligence about the attack itself is included in Report D55, but in short we can assume such a small team of Gestalts could not have struck such a well-defended base without inside help. I recommend a thorough debriefing of all on-site personnel. Reports and footage indicate that after the Gestalt squad broke past the defenses and reached the True Gestalt testing facility, PFC Zenith Flint left his Stardust model and entered the facility while the rest of the squad held the defensive position. At approximately 1840, the testing facility was redacted. Security camera footage recovered from outside the Redacted has made it clear that the center of the incident was Remedy Flint, a test subject working for Instrumental Industries and the wife of Zenith Flint. The footage is without sound, but it shows the two of them talking next to the Redacted. It appears that Zenith was able to convince Remedy to Redacted. After Redacted, the rest of the Labarum squad fled, taking the Stardust model with them for unclear reasons. Initial tests of Redacted show that Redacted. Furthermore, anything that Redacted. To sum things up, this is a travesty that has set our work back decades. I suppose it could be worse. We do still have something to study, but as should be clear, the Redacted is proving to be particularly belligerent. And here is, if you wish to view it, the document.
All right, are you going to put that in a handout form, or?
I can also do that. I can also just put it in the thing.
All right, so after eyes like read over this document like 2 or 3 times, Liz just sort of just slinks back in her chair and just stares at the screen like vacantly as her mind is processing like how deep into the shit her parents were.
Yeah, something happened.
No, it's probably just some, suicide or a mining accident.
There more stuff?
No, that's the intro. So I guess mechanically, what this also is I was originally going to give you 2 free, basically acquire asset information that you could use with this data, other than like the main plot thing I wanted to give you with it. But because Rev broke it, you only get 1. So there's one useful piece of information in here that you can just say, yeah, we'll use it for this. which I will write down on your squad sheet.
Oh, okay. We didn't get gated out of any cool Adea information.
Question.
Okay, I feel better.
I was going to give you some if you had spent more time there, but don't worry.
Wow.
There will be Adea information otherwise.
Cool.
Oh, I guess Peter shit the bed. Humph.
All right, never mind. The question doesn't pertain to anything then. So I guess we should probably start with the people that are going to be enacting agency.
Actually, wait, that's not true. You can spend the
asset. Yeah.
You can spend the asset on Adea information if you want it to be Adea information. Maybe there was a file that was like sorted incorrectly or whatever.
All right, that was my question. Hilarious. But yeah, like I was saying, I suggest the people who want to beef with Ruinera do that first, because Ruinera is not going to be looking for beef with anyone.
Okay.
Do you guys do that on the boat ride home? Or do you think you save it?
Or does
for
this happen
when you-
during pub feed?
Definitely not on the boat ride. That would be a terrible idea.
Well, in that case, then I'm rolling entanglements before anything else happens. Because whatever...
Roll it publicly. You have to roll it publicly.
Oh, no, sorry. I'm not rolling it. Someone else is rolling it. Who feels brave enough to roll
Me.
this?
Me.
Okay.
Me.
Bless you, Eric. I don't have it in me.
Pogger.
What? No! Oh my god, you dumbass! Why, Eric, are you so trigger happy on dice rolls?
Because
I didn't
entanglements
even
don't have
tell you what
solutions
to
and effects.
roll.
It's a 1d6.
No, it's not necessarily a 1d6. You roll
In
a
this
number
case,
of
it's
dice
all-
equal to 3 minus the squad's relationship level with their patron faction. So, if you had... Are you at 3 now?
Are we? I don't think we're level 3, are we?
No, are you at 3 with your patron? You were
patron
not, you were
faction,
not. Okay,
trust,
I thought you
plus-
might have been. If you had, you would roll 0d6. You would roll 2d6, take the one you prefer. But
Gotcha.
1d6 does happen to be right in this situation. Which means you got a 4.
I'm sorry for water brain.
Wait, but you
4
got it right.
is...
Yeah, but I
Isn't that
still did
not the
preempt
one
you.
where we have a
Laika
battle.
faces military tribunal and is required to go through therapy before he continues to be a soldier. So that's
At
fun.
least that's not 5. That just seems like the less bad version of
At
5.
least, yes, it is. I mean, these are ordered in order of badness. At least it's not 6. Although I
What's
had
6?
I had silent running queued up for if you got 6, and
Question,
Uso
what
was
is-
gonna burst in and be like, "You can go back and read them. I posted them earlier." And Uso was going to burst in and be like, "They've found us out. We have to run."
That would be fucking
It
awesome,
would have
honestly.
been dope. But it also would have completely thrown apart all of our collective plans. So,
Alright,
it
so
would
what-
be
what-
better
so
that
what-
it didn't happen.
What happened? What happened?
We can keep this. If there's anything you want to have happen like immediately when you guys get back, it would probably take a little bit of time for like this tribunal to be gotten together.
Okay.
But I can also do it right away. But especially Fergus, if you want any scenes with Laika before that happens, I am 100%
Yeah.
fine with that.
How do you want to roleplay that out? If-
Mostly montage it.
Alright.
And you and I can talk about what this means for Laika being in missions going into the future. Because
Yeah,
Laika
alright.
doesn't necessarily have to follow the thing that has been imposed upon him, and we can figure out ways to navigate around that.
Sure.
The correct thing to do would be to do it, because Laika does need therapy. However, tabletop characters make bad decisions.
Oh, certainly. They most certainly do. Anyways, but yeah, no, I there's a scene that I would like to be a part of that I believe is going to happen before this. Which ties directly into the Peter or the Rev and Ruinera beef.
That's not happening until we get off the boat.
That's what I mean. Is you guys?
Yeah, no, we get
Yeah,
back and
You
then
get
there's
off the
time.
boat. None of you wanted to do anything on the boat, so you're off the boat.
Okay, so we're just on pub feed.
Yep. Pub
I hate
feed
boats.
gets to the place.
Yeah, you pull in at Port.
Lumina.
I guess you would probably pull in at
Port Boomin.
What is it, Sweet Salt City? Yes, and
Yeah.
then drive to Fort Calais.
Sorry. So are we just like parked somewhere like
You're
in Fort
wherever
Calais?
you want to be. Do
Okay,
you want
uh,
this to happen on the road? Do you want this to happen in the city? Do you want it to happen at the fort? It's up to you.
We're driving from the port to the military base that we're going to.
Yes.
How have Leica and Liz been since like the incident at Port Lumen?
Yes, it's the multi-class.
I don't know if has anyone like decided to speak to Leica? Because if not, Leica has not spoken to anybody.
I assume you two need to get together to eat food, presumably.
Well, yeah,
Like, there are times
I think
where
it'd be
you
a lot-
cannot avoid each
I
other.
Rev
think
definitely
there would
would have
be-
like checked on Leica.
I have a good
think
one.
there- Yeah, what's up?
So, at some point, outside of the regular meal schedule, Ruinera, wearing the helmet that dictates business is being done, knocks kind of, is fastidiously the word?
Fastidiously implies a certain amount of like fussiness, but also like
Yes, fastidiously. Fastidiously it knocks on Leica's door.
Okay. There's a good, I think, maybe 20 to 25 second pause where you don't really hear anything, and then you hear a lock unclick, and partially opening the door, you see Leica. And he doesn't
Ruinera-
really say anything, but yeah.
Ruinera is holding a clipboard and holding a pen.
Okay.
And he says, Pilot Monorail, do you mind if I have a moment of your time to discuss the incident that occurred in the barracks? I have a few questions.
Is it official?
No, this is pertaining my investigation into the Tainted Empire.
There's another brief pause before Leica opens the door and kind of like wordlessly ushers him in.
He comes in and pulls. Actually, he had a notebook. What is that? All right, we're good. He had the notebook and pen in one hand, and he was carrying a wooden chair under the other. He sets the wooden chair down, sits in it, and starts at the top of the page, and basically is just like asking a bunch of nitty-gritty questions about like the Tainted Empire and how it interacted with you, and like if the discharge was initiated by you or it, and if it had any countermeasures in place for it, and that type of thing. And this is pertaining towards determine Tainted Empire's nature, my 12-step project.
Hmm.
And I would like this to be a sway roll.
Okay.
Are you good with that kind of PvP happening, Fergus?
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'm
I
just trying to
figured
think
it's
of
just
position
my-
and
my
effect.
duty to ask.
Wyatt. Anyways, I'm just trying to think of position and effect here, because I could bank a really.
So what do you think? What,
I think
the important
there's
thing
a-
on position of effect is what Leica would do on a failed roll, or like what would happen to Ruinera.
yeah, and I do know that it's not immediate. So I'm going to say desperate standard. And I'll explain why when it comes up.
Is it worth getting XP over? Is it a consequence so bad that it deserves XP?
It's a consequence that might end in Ruinera taking grievous bodily harm.
Can you
Alright.
Can you DM it to me?
Sure.
So that's a 4, so I get 2 ticks, and you guys can talk about whatever the fuck mumbo
Yeah.
jumbo. Fergus is up to bada bing bada
Oh,
boom
that was
bada
your
ba.
downtime action?
Yep.
Okay, that's funny. What a
I
risky
will-
way to do a downtime.
So you basically get the unabbreviated look into, like, Leica seems pretty honest with you. Although, some of the things that Leica is saying are kind of, like, contemptful almost towards, Orson. So maybe it's biased, maybe it's something,
Oh,
but
man,
there's some...
You're contemptful towards Orson.
Yeah. And maybe there's a different look in Leica's eyes, looking at Ruinera at this point. In the same way someone looks at their interrogator, right? And there is a level of doubt in his eyes that make it very clear that there is a fundamentally different perspective on Ruinera now in Leica's head. And now I will DM Wyatt.
Alright, Pogger.
Big Pog.
He leaves.
Oh, by
so,
the way,
so now he knows that Tainted Empire communicated to you through its interface, and that it operated differently with you at the helm as opposed to Adea.
Yeah.
Okay.
also does Leica tell Ruinera that it seemed reluctant to do what you made it do?
Yeah. No, that got disclosed. Absolutely.
This may indeed
At-
be worth XP.
At the
Oh
end,
boy.
At the end of this, Ruinera slides the pen into the slot at the top of the clipboard and turns it over. Like I can't see his eyes because they're behind the visage of the helmet.
The scope dog look. Yeah, I got you.
But after like
Yeah,
this
finish
this
this.
after this
Yeah.
like 30 to 45 second pause, he says, I recommend rehabilitation of some kind. And then he stands up and says, but alas, I am not a doctor. Take the advice as you will. Picks up the chair and leaves.
So the thing that just popped back into my head is a question I was gonna ask all of you, which is, what did you tell the specters
Don't know.
about with the bomb?
Ruinera didn't say shit.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, no, everyone was just like, yeah, spicy keys.
Did
don't
you
worry
just
about it.
pretend like you didn't know what happened?
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, probably just a gravity shift. Don't worry about
Well,
it.
only Eliza and Leica.
Yeah, no, I know.
knew
I'm saying you guys broadly. I'm
Gotcha.
felicitating this from all of you. Like, did go on.
I was gonna apologize for suddenly AFKing. I did take care of something. Can I get a quick recap on where we are?
So, Ruinera rolled to get info out of Leica with the position being set at desperate standard. Ruinera got a partial success, so we'll see what desperate consequence Leica inflicts upon him later. However, it was a success, so Ruinera learned the truth of the interaction that occurred with Orson. And also, I just asked the group if people, like, if Leica and Eliza have, like, basically been playing dumb regarding what they did and what that bomb was.
Okay.
Which, Leica
Okay.
is playing dumb. Eliza, do you tell your team / the Spectres anything about what that was, or do you also, alongside Leica, kind of play dumb about it?
I don't know if it's playing dumb or as playing I don't know what that was either, TBH.
Sure, but you have a certain
Yeah,
you know
it's
more than
yeah,
everyone else.
That's true. It's easier to not explain it at this current moment, though, as the in-character justification.
Duh, 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 duh. Would it be okay
I don't know.
if let me finish? Would it be okay if Liz told Chowley that she'd bring it up later and that they're investigating things right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think she would have been like,
Basically, we're looking
what
into
would
it.
what would she have said? Did you like? You're looking into it insofar as like, did you imply that you knew what it was and weren't gonna say it right now, or that you were also confused, but you would look into it?
Basically, she's gonna pass it off that she is confused and is looking into it.
Chieli says back that like, yeah, we'll look into it too, because probably they soon figured out that literally everyone in the fortress felt this, and they're all a little bit alarmed because being briefly torn
De-atomized.
apart and put back together probably feels weird.
Imagine being Lego.
They all sexually identify as Bionicles.
That's valid.
Yeah,
okay, that was the only question I had for you.
Can I do a flashback?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a quick one. It's gonna involve the boat, after all.
Okay.
The way back. It's
That's
actually
the name
going
of the
to
boat now.
the way back. Cool. It's gonna involve basically just as like once they're at some semblance of control and safety. Liz is gonna walk right up to Ruinera and she's gonna grab him by the scruff of his collar and just try and push him against a wall,
Oh boy.
gritting her teeth.
All right, Ruinera is idly drinking his coffee while going over some notes in his most relaxed attire, which is a button-up white shirt without a tie and some slacks. Roll struggle.
Yep. Can I get
What's the position in
the
effect?
position in
I'm
effect?
rolling struggle as well.
Okay.
And we're gonna see who gets
Oh,
higher.
is this just a contest? Okay.
2d6. Gotcha.
Hot jam! Get a 4! Get a 4, Robert!
Roll 2d6.
Yeah, you do that.
All right, so the moment that she's like able to get some semblance of what is it called?
Control.
Autonomy, like after this whole like fucking shit show went down, she decides to just beeline right for Ruinera because that big old flash wasn't Leica, wasn't Rev, wasn't her.
So you've got him against the wall, and like you can only really see above his chin because you're grabbing like a bunch of his scruffed shirt in your hands, I assume.
Yeah.
And he just says, "Miss Flint." He's clearly very surprised.
That bomb, whatever you call it, what was that?
So you hear a pretty quiet but deep inhale through his nose as he surmises what this is about. And then it doesn't look like he's answering immediately. He's thinking through things. So if you want to continue talking, you can.
I should, out of character, actually tell you what you may know, Ruinera.
I assume it's all the stuff from the dossier, right? That they got?
Wait. Which dossier?
The one that they read on Ruinera.
Yes. But that dossier was on
right,
like-
give me more then. Give me more.
It's okay. This is new stuff, which I believe the dossier does cover. You would have heard about like new experimental weaponry that can be used well for like precision strikes and stuff. But beyond that, I don't think your clearance level is high enough to
Great.
have known more.
Perfect. So yeah, like I said, he's carefully internalizing his words right now. If you want to continue talking, you can, Robert.
So she's snarling, she's gritting her teeth. She doesn't really have like a strong basis as to how Ruinera would be responsible. That said, she's also in a state where she's not exactly rational.
Yeah, Ruinera is sus.
She's not exactly irrational, and she doesn't really know who to like turn the blame for like this on. So she pegs out the most suspicious person in her party, because the timing was just way too convenient. So she repeats herself. That big flash of light. Someone had to have been behind it. You know who. What's up?
You yourself dealt with some experimental payloads through the State Unseen. The State Unseen isn't named, fuck. Through Labarum. You should know that these are things that our country? Does that work?
Labarum's a country. Wait.
Terra Labarum.
Nation. Our nation.
These, you should know that these are things our nation is delving into experimental payloads, substances, things of that nature.
So what was it doing in Lucida? Did you plant it there? Someone else?
Side note, Lumen.
Lumen.
His both of his eyebrows raise matter-of-factly, and he says, after somewhat botching our attempt to infiltrate the barracks through procedure, I collapsed a radio tower in front of one of the building's bays, preventing Gestalts from exiting or entering. I deployed a debilitating gas to make sure we weren't going to get shot at by personnel on the ground, and then I eliminated several key personnel inside of an administration building. After that, we reconvened.
She narrows her eyes at him.
Oh yeah, you deploy chemical weapons. Let me reduce your trust by another 2.
Yeah.
Forgot about
I
that.
sure did.
Forgot about that. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm gonna roll a study, which I believe I have 1d6 in.
Go ahead and fortune roll that shit.
You could also argue this as a what do you call it? What's the empathy roll? Consort. No,
channel.
consort.
Oh, consort. It wouldn't be consort.
This would be command, if
Yeah.
anything.
I meant
Command or
consort.
study.
I was under the impression that consort could also be used to infer the genuinity of something.
If that person is your friend,
Ruinera is
if you
everyone's
know
friend.
that person well, I
Yeah.
don't think that would. It would work on Rev.
Maybe, alright.
But
Yeah.
like your ability to tell if like people in general are lying is different from your ability to tell if your friends who you know well are lying, right?
Fair enough.
So basically, I don't have any points marked in study, but I do have 1d in insight overall. I don't know if
I mean, if you're rolling study, it's 2d6 take the lowest.
okay, all right, yeah.
I mean, do you
She's
have...
basically-
Yeah, study's the one to tell if people are lying. Unfortunately, Eliza, not very good at reading people who she doesn't know well.
Yeah, you know, he's kind of good at being the whole. Okay. Oh yeah,
that's a 3. That's a limited information.
Position
So,
effect?
It's still information.
It's a fortune roll. So,
Right.
the I guess you realize everything he said to you is true, and then before you start really questioning further, you probably fixate a little bit on the sway roll I rolled at the end where he gave you the chess piece after showing you the footage of what had happened in the barracks from the lava discharge.
She sighs, and you feel her fingers lax, and she lets go of your collar. I don't know if you want to like counter throw her or do something at that moment, but
Ruinera's heels click back to the wooden floor. Excuse me, the grated floor. And he says, "There was an alternative objective I was given. One that was not fulfilled, I think. And one that may provide insight into this experimental payload, as I have begun to call it."
a lump kind of catches in her throat as she backs off. She doesn't look at Ruinera directly, but she seems to accept his words.
When we recover Idea, I will tell you what that objective is. But you are right to be suspicious of me.
What a bad spy.
Now then, my coffee. And he goes back to the counter.
She still doesn't look at him. She just stares like towards the floor as he goes back to his coffee.
Do not forget that I am clearing Uso's name. And it does not have the ulterior motives that you may think it does. I respect that man.
She looks over her shoulder and just kind of very deep in contemplation. She leaves, and that can be the end of the flashback.
Excellent.
I have a question. Would Liz like bring this up to Laika and Rev? Either of them, like, kind of share what she learned?
Liz and Rev are immediately just having a sleepover, and they're in their PJs, cross-legged on a bed. You will never guess what he told me, Rev.
She's kind of not really in a talking position with Leica right now because of what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Understandable. Would she have told Rev? Just because, I mean, this seems like...
Rev's kind of the only person she feels like she can trust right now.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, no, yeah, cool. That makes sense. I'm just asking because it will probably impact what I do this time.
All right, so basically later on, Liz and Rev meet up in a hallway on the base, and she's kind of leaning up against the wall, arms folded. She's kind of like in a very dour mood. It was going so well, and then everything had to go to shit.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Rev has like bags under his eyes. He's clearly not slept since the mission.
How's the kid? Of course, she's referring to Leica.
Right, yeah. Leica's not cool.
This is where Rev reveals that he just has a secret son.
Leica, yeah, he's not talking a whole lot. I don't know if he meant to do what he did. but
Oh, Ruinera would have given you the questionnaire he got from Leica, so you do know what happened in the cockpit.
Given Rev and Liz, or
Just Rev. He is the captain.
okay.
okay. That makes sense.
Wait, actually, I'm trying to remember if Rev and Ruinera are of equal rank. Because Ruinera is an officer also.
Yes, but as Adea's replacement, he's underneath.
Yeah,
Rev.
yeah, you're right.
Hmm. Yeah, Like is pretty shaken up. I think he's, nervous about the trial.
She lets out a long exhale after being very pensive. Her eyes flick up to Rev. I can't bring myself to hate him entirely. God knows there was once upon a time when I was in the same position. And I still have to live with the consequences of that.
Yeah, I mean, what? This is his third, fourth time in a real live combat situation. I can tell you one thing for sure. I definitely didn't handle Smoker like I do now when I first got drafted.
Her lips tug inward as she looks away. There's a moment where she thinks a bit more. She doesn't look at Rev as she says this, but she's like, he also helped me save a lot more lives that day. Or I guess today, because it would be the same day, or...
If you're traveling back in the boat, it would probably be like a couple days back, at least.
Okay. All right.
So it's a very fast boat, but even still,
all right.
So what you said can still be true.
Yeah. He also helped me save a lot more lives that day. What with the weird,
Fireworks show.
Orson and the weird lava. I don't know what to call it.
Pretty sure you just know it as Tainted Empire. I think.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. You keep calling it Orson, and I keep thinking Orson.
I keep calling it Tainted Empire.
I may also be confused who knows Tainted Empire as Orson.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so let me redub. What with the weird whole Tainted Empire lava portal thing that I don't know what that was, but
Wait. Lava portal?
she looks at Rev again.
Rev rubs his eyes.
It's a long story. I think I'm gonna need a drink before I tell you that part. But
yeah, no problem.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Ruinera told Rev what happened.
In the barracks, not in the hangar. Ruinera didn't see what happened in the hangar.
I believe by lava portal, Liz is referring to the thaumaturge vision, not the massacre in the barracks, right?
Yeah.
Rev didn't see the portal.
What? Eliza can be confused, but there was no portal.
The put your head in the hole thing, right?
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
No,
I guess that's a portal in the classic
and
sense of a thing that is used to access something else. Like a doorway
Wyatt.
is technically a portal.
She
Wyatt.
didn't know what else to call
That's
it.
fair. That's
Why-
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Exactly. It's like
Eliza
Wyatt.
is confused.
I didn't want a lot. Okay, I didn't. I was just wondering if Eliza thought that like there was more magma coming out of Tainted Empire than physically possible or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, no. There was there's no mechs in Iron Song. What about the mechs?
Okay.
Well, I mean,
sorry.
those are different.
Sorry. I'm very sorry for interrupting. I was just confused.
Anyway.
Rev finishes like rubbing his eyes at the mention that like lava portals exist, and then he's like, "Wait, you did have something to do with."
I don't know what happened. When we were on our way back, I was hit with an intense premonition, I suppose. It felt like it actually happened. A flash of light. Everyone that we were working to help just up and gone. It felt real. But then, at the tail end of it, the Tainted Empire spoke to me, if you can believe that. Spoke to me and Laika, and had us. She shakes her head. Brought us to a hangar where we did something. I can't really explain it. But
In this premonition, they all just vanished.
vanished. She nods.
I was on the phone with Chow Li. I heard everyone like fall to the ground or something. They sounded like confused. So the bomb like didn't go all the way off. Or something, and you and Laika did some Rev makes like a half delirious like finger wavy gesture in the air.
Definitely the work of thaumaturgy, but nothing on the scale that I've ever really known before.
Is a day's robot a thaumaturge?
I mean, there's gotta be there's gotta be a connection there.
I mean, I don't really know how all this thaumaturge stuff works, really, but I mean, you know, you and Laika have it. Why else would he show up in this strange premonition thing?
I'm sorry. I'm still trying to make sense of it all, but maybe maybe I'd be better off getting the answers directly from the Tainted Empire itself. If it can communicate with us, well.
Rev's face turns kind of stony. Please. This isn't the first time we almost got roped into setting off a WMD.
Seems like everywhere we go, Calamity follows us, huh? She kind of chuckles a bit bitterly.
Rev like doesn't laugh, and like the lines in his face only seem to like get deeper. Yeah, I think Calamity is following us around, and he wears a suit, talks real sharp, follows his orders to the T. Liz, I don't think it's a coincidence that we disobey our orders. Idea just up and vanishes, and then they stick us with one of their toady spooks, whose whole job is to keep us in line. And then the same thing happens again. This time, we had divine intervention on our side. What about next time?
Her fingers tense a bit, in the way that her arms are folded. The knuckles kind of go white as she looks at her toes. Even so, I think it's better to keep him within arm's length rather than let him skulk about in the shadows behind our backs. I think he can help us find a day, though. Oh my gosh. Ouch.
I don't know how you're making that noise, Fergus, but you need to stop.
So she says, like,
He just said in chat that he's BRB.
Actually, I'm gonna take this lovely moment to
Great
also. I
scene.
need to use the washroom. Yeah, no, let's just end it here. It's pretty good. All right, I'll be right back. As well.
Unless Ruinera wants to do anything, I'd like to move on to her directly contacting the Tainted Empire.
Ruiner does want to do something, but it's
Yeah, you
back
might want to
at,
wait on that.
Would
it's
you-
back
Why-
at
What?
Callan.
I was gonna say, would you like to make that your cut loose, and then I forgot that you're stressed out and have zero stress.
Yes.
Champ.
I'll ask when Peter comes back. I'll ask if he wants to make that Rev's cut loose.
Okay. Did Ruinera want to do something now?
At Fort Callan, which
Okay.
if you're doing something
Fort
beforehand, he'll do that
Calate.
later. Calate, excuse me.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right. So I guess Liz is just gonna walk into the hangar and have a little chitty chat with the Tainted Empire.
Excellent. If you do not mind, I would like to wait for Peter to get back for this, because it may be a big deal depending on what happens.
Okay. All right.
We could just pause briefly here. Hopefully Peter won't be gone too long.
I want a dubbed over version of the scene from Finding Nemo where it's all the seagulls, but instead of saying mine, they're saying pog.
Pog. I mean, that's Twitch chat.
Yeah, I know, but it'd be a great clip.
Oh, it would be, yeah, absolutely.
It's so much fun playing bad guys.
Yeah, it's great. You play Ruinera is excellent. I love him. Love to hate him.
What
Although,
a bad-
actually, I don't hate him. He's been dealt a bad hand.
I'm back.
family.
Oh yeah, no, he's a bad person, but like I feel sorry for him more than I hate him.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Peter is not yet,
Still
and that's
not.
who we're waiting for.
Hey, so I do want to give a minor
Also,
hint.
wait.
Eric.
Is his family dead? I thought they were just imprisoned.
No, they got executed.
Okay.
Like, it was a big thing.
Okay.
I do want to wait. Just since it's out of character. The desperate consequence is not at you.
Aww.
But it is directly affecting you.
Less aww.
It
Do
is-
I get to resist with prowess?
No,
Aww.
because I mean, theoretically, if you could, but you might not hate the result.
Yeah, but Runeair is probably gonna resist
I
bad
don't know
things
if he
happening
will.
to him.
I don't think it's going to be a bad thing happening to Ruinera. I think it's just a consequence of Ruinera's actions.
You might be hyping yourself up a little here, Fergus.
No, hear me out.
I hear
It's-
you out a whole lot.
I will say, it's interesting. As the other person who knows what's gonna happen, it is quite interesting.
Peter, 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 Peter.
I'll give another 2 minutes.
Hey, beater.
Don't
Can't
go to
believe
Port
Peter
Lumina when there's a bomb
said-
going off in the office. Worst mistake of my life.
You think that's bad?
Hey Lois, look, I'm committing a war crime in Iron Song.
Actually,
Oh no,
I guess,
what happened to the barrack, Lois? I dumped
okay,
hot
stop,
soup
stop,
all over
stop,
them.
stop, stop. Well, Peter's gone. There is something we can talk about, which is Fergus. How do you want to
Yeah?
deal with the whole Leica mandatory therapy thing?
Well, court RP is cringe and hard to do, and neither of us are lawyers, so we're skipping that.
Oh yeah, well, no, we're not. We are 100% skipping that.
Damn.
I'm back.
Oh, okay,
Pog.
welcome back.
Peter's back.
Did you have an
Alright.
answer for me, Fergus?
We'll talk about it later.
Okay. All right. So Eliza is going to talk to Orson. I imagine this as the lights are low in the hangar bay, unless you flick them on, and Orson is just glowing softly in the darkness as you come into the hangar bay.
She's gonna approach this big ol' fucking four-armed magma golem of a
Yeah.
gestalt, and just kind of rest her hand on its leg and be like, "Hey, can you hear me?" She doesn't know if it. All right, so she's shocked. She's shocked to find that it has actually responded immediately. She didn't think that was gonna happen. Her hand kind of retracts. And she's just and after a very unsure moment, she carefully raises her hand up again, puts it on its leg, and is like, what was that the other day? What did you do?
I amplified your abilities.
She blinks a few times at the short but succinct response. And saved a good deal out of people in doing so. I think I can't really say anything else except I'm thankful.
You are welcome. I have learned that I do not enjoy being a machine of death. I enjoy the challenge, but not the result.
she's like, she kind of like smiles very weakly, and she's like, it's a very Adea sentiment.
Yeah, and out of character for this, I was thinking about this, and I don't know if Orson had actually killed anyone before
Nope.
that moment,
He sure hadn't.
which is very interesting to me.
Okay.
There may have been someone in episode 1, but that was a pilot, and we can retcon that as like early episode, like us.
Are you talking about baseball throw?
Um,
Because they ran away.
yeah, I just know that like 1 or 2 people died in that initial mech fight, and Orson may have been the result of one of them. But it's fine. We can retcon that. I think it's more interesting if Orson hadn't killed anyone up until now.
All right, so she's gonna go on and say, "You felt it too. What it feels like when, what it feels like to die."
I agree. That's fair, Fergus, but also Orson knows more about how to talk to
respond in the fiction.
I
It's okay.
can't
That's why I typed
because
it.
you distracted me.
But that's why I typed it.
Well, I have been given a criticism, and I need to respond to it. That is how my brain works. But yeah, like Orson is more familiar with talking to people than the thing in the other session. And my brain is not good enough to come up with extremely creative responses to literally every single thing. I'm
Also,
only human.
Adea literally talked to it through console commands, so it's
Also
not like...
that. Also that. I can turn off the echo if you guys don't like it.
No, the echo's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, the echo is super fine.
So you also experience death, is what you say to Orson, and
Yeah, she's like, she flashes back to like how Orson scattered lava all over the place and killed a bunch of people, and how she caught the very tail end of that through her thaumaturgy. And so she's like, you also know it's like to what feels like to die, don't you?
I do. It is unpleasant. I believe both you and I are dabbling in realms neither of us are truly familiar with.
She thinks about that for a bit, and then she asks another question after a moment of silence. How did you know about the
I am fundamentally a weapon, and I am finely tuned to sense the workings of my enemy.
lips tuck inward again. She kind of nods. She doesn't have like a reason to believe that this thing is like, you know, lying, because it did help her and Leica save a bunch of fucking people. So she accepts that answer for what it is. I suppose in a way, I'm also considered a weapon, or at least to some people. I don't know what to do now, though. I feel like I'm on a tight leash, and if if I don't kill, well, suppose we both know what happens to a tool that no longer becomes useful.
Yes.
We need to find Adea.
Yes. I want to look for her.
So she's gonna step back and look up at Orson. And once again, her mind is gonna dart back to Laika, and then her mind is gonna dart to Ruinera. And without words, she's gonna approach the hangar opening console and flick the switch and open the hangar.
I think Orson turns slowly to look out.
She doesn't say anything, but basically,
Be free!
basically,
Yeah, he turns and looks back at you, mostly for effect. Like he has sensor arrays. He doesn't need to turn and look specifically, but it's for he understands how human body language works at this point, and he is a body of sorts. And says, "Would you like to come with me?"
She doesn't really know if Orson can hear her from like across the hangar, but she says, "I'm afraid my duties take me somewhere else. Find Adea."
I will. And then I imagine this is like really early in the morning, if that sounds good to you.
Sure.
Because we didn't specify a time, like the very like the pre-dawn light outside, and Orson and like some mist rising off the hills, and Orson walks out, and walks a short ways, and then just sinks into the ground.
Nice. I like me a nightmare.
It just, yeah, I know. It just does a reverse pursuer and just like.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's more, it's not clean like that, but like the ground, like it starts to like merge with the ground and then like sink down as if it's becoming part of the earth.
Now that's badass. Where's that chaos?
This is not something Orson would be able to do, except for the fact that there's no pilot inside.
I'm about to head out.
But yeah, she just watches as Orson goes. Probably because the hangar is open, there's like this influx of air that just whips at her hair.
Yeah, that's good.
And that can be the scene.
Sounds good. God, you guys have so many downtime actions. I was looking at your sheets and was like, wow, people actually, for how big of a mission that mission was, people actually didn't take much mech damage. Just a lot of stress.
Like
Alright.
took a lot of mech damage.
Downtime
Yes.
actions. PogChamp. Are we going around the circle?
Oh, yeah, right. Rev, I was going to ask, did you want to treat that conversation with Eliza you had earlier as Rev's cut loose with her? Or did you have another cut loose thing in mind?
Did have another cut loose thing in
Okay,
mind.
no worries. Just thought I'd ask.
You know what? I'm just gonna go for it, and then
Are we doing the thing?
the thing.
Cool. Before you do that, hey Laika, do you want to recover?
Recover?
Yeah, you have a concussion.
Sure. Let me just grab the spreadsheet. Yeah, no, sure, I'd happily recover a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Where is the... There we go. Wait, no. So yeah, what's the roll for that?
So, do you...
We have an infirmary in canon, but I don't know if that...
In Calade.
What?
Yeah, well, I mean, this would probably be...
Oh, in canon. Okay.
What the fuck? Wait, what was the... What,
Oh,
what?
Eric thought that...
You're
you
saying
guys
canon.
haven't
Spell
spent
on me?
either of your 2 squad level ups.
Oh yeah, I was gonna propose that we get combined arms and then maybe like some training, or we can just go for mastery.
I'll go for
Oh yeah, you can
ma-
just get mastery.
Yeah, let's just get mastery.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I wanna have 4 in battle.
There you go.
Oh,
That's
actually,
2 gone right
while
now.
we're doing this, I'm gonna use, yeah, I don't know, I think I'm just gonna...
Why is the cell slightly wider than all the other cells? Let's fix that. That's gonna bother me. This would be either asking Yelini to come to you or going to Yelini's doctor's office.
I think, yeah, I think this is earlier in the week. Laika went to Yelini's office.
Yelini is still not doing great. There are bags under her eyes. She has that sort of like retail employee who's been working for 10 hours and is dead on her feet kind of
Yeah,
smile,
like-
where it's like it looks like it could crack at any moment.
Yeah,
but
it's
she
like
does
it's the,
her best to take
it's
care of
the,
you.
It's the smile of someone who got who whiffed someone else's cigarette and that got them through the past 30 minutes.
Yeah. I don't know what concussion treatment looks like 600 years into the future.
Probably some
probably better
Advil.
than ours. Some super drugs, some bone healing drugs. I don't know.
Ooh,
She treats it.
sensory deprivation chamber.
Oh yeah. Would that
Like,
help with
yeah,
concussion?
yeah, it does. When you get
Yeah.
severely concussed, if you're advised to stay in a really dark room that's very, very quiet, sensory deprivation chamber is just mega version.
Oh man, that feels like it may be bad for Laika right now, being entirely alone with his thoughts.
Yeah, but I like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Let me check. It's been a while since we've healed. Let me just check how many dice she would roll. Oh, I guess it would say in recover. Get treatment from PCs. You have a contact. Recovery as long as your healer rolls.
I think in a sensory deprivation tank,
the
the
quality
shot?
level of an NPC. The shot?
I think that the shot is like a getting in, the door closing, and then it just as soon as the sound cue of the door closes, it immediately smash cuts to a very, very far back wide angle shot, revealing that this thing is cavernous in someone who doesn't see the walls of it. Like the camera shot is like almost looks like half a mile in the distance, where it's
Nice.
like a just in pitch black.
Okay, give me a 3d6.
Badass.
Six. Would you like to spend your other would you like to heal the full?
Yeah, no,
Alright.
I just want the level 1 harm.
Oh. Okay. Level 1 harm. Bruised?
Bandaged eye.
Oh wait, no, this doesn't heal you all the way. You
Oh, what?
If you it fills
Oh, okay.
it's 3 out of 4.
Cringe. Okay, I'll do it again then.
So
3d6?
if you as long as you don't roll 3 failures,
That's
this'll heal you
statistically
all the way.
unlikely.
Alright, you are now full. You are back to full.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine. Wyatt be like,
I mean, you can have a bandage eye if you want.
no, it's fine. I prefer to have everything my characters do dictated by dice rolls personally.
I mean, you mechanically healed yourself.
Hold on 1 second. Actually, let me just see really quick. I just need to check something really quick. All right, so that's not a bad. I mean, what was the DC on healing myself?
Oh my god.
Just move on.
Who else would like... Rev, is the scene happening now?
Well,
I was not recorded. Can I do a different mount action first?
Yes.
Okay, I want to do a the thing where you get a like one of your contacts in to help you out with something. Is that just like a long-term project, or is that like
what do you want help with?
awesome? Wants to recruit Astrel Shefu for the purposes of doing a mech revamping, I guess is the word.
Okay, I mean, you can just do that. You sound a little shitty, by the way. I don't know how you're talking to your mic, but
it's mech quality, not like vocal tone.
yes.
Is this any better? Okay, cool.
That is better. That is better.
Yeah.
All right, new
You sound
character.
shitty,
Cool.
by the way.
Tell me about Astrel.
I can't believe Peter's dead.
Can't believe Peter's dead.
Astrel Shefu.
Smoke has neck.
Program. Is there room for another whiz kid? I'm just imagining local programmer, like, was the kid who like uploaded Doom into all the computers in school, like 7 years later, and is now just like drinking too much coffee and constantly like has like 9 websites there.
That's
Design
good.
cool.
When was the last time you met Astrel?
Last time Rev met Astrel,
I think it was at a bar where Estrell was trying to pass off a fake ID. And Rev was like, no, don't worry about it. I'll just buy alcohol for this minor.
you know what? Yeah, I like that. Rev purchased alcohol for them illegally.
All right.
Did that come through? Okay.
Yeah, that sounds great. I am going to go with they them pronouns for Astrel because I am literally just imagining a more grown-up version of Ed from Cowboy Bebop, and the author of Cowboy Bebop has gone on record that Ed is non-binary. So... Ed does not care about gender. Ed just cares about computers. Okay, right, okay, so give me a roll related to the last time you saw Astrel. What would this be? What would passing off... What would buying alcohol for a minor be for dice rolls? I guess maybe maybe finesse of being...
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends how you're doing it. It could also be prowl.
True. I like prowl for just like, I mean, I like it because I have 2 points in it, but
I mean, that's fair, but like,
yeah,
I think it's fine. It's mostly just to, it's part of the game is playing to your strengths, and you did
True.
provide a situation, or I guess Fergus provided a situation that requires a certain degree of sneakiness.
Indeed.
Let me just make sure I'm doing this right, because it's been a couple sessions we've done the ally thing.
Definitely. Okay, 2d6. Here we go.
Let's have an old friend, describe the scenario, make an actionable appropriate to the circumstances. Yeah, okay, 4 to 6 indicates they're on good terms. I'm not going to do the consequence thing because this is downtime. So just give me a 2d6. 5. Okay, so you were on good terms with them. This went well. They didn't get in trouble. They probably were not able to hold their drink very well. But I think this is probably a bar in walking distance, so just Estrella at the end of the night, like swaying side to side, like I don't know. I'm imagining them singing a song.
Bubbles in the air above them.
Okay, so do you call them?
Yeah.
Ref, hey, what's up? Been a little while.
Yeah, it's good to speak to you. I hope you enjoyed your night.
Ha. I don't really remember it. That's
well,
kind of the point, right?
Yeah, then you probably enjoyed it. You don't you don't have too many like websites you're running right now or anything, do you? And you know, you're not like coding a rocket ship or anything like that.
This is why I like you, Rev. You try so hard. What's up?
So you know I've got that giant robot, right? You like?
Yeah, I do.
Robots.
You want me to come take a look at it?
Yeah, absolutely. I was sort of.
I think the phone hangs up, and like 10 minutes later, a like kind of beat up old like a tiny car, like a smart car, sort of like a 2-person deal.
Let it me a moped.
Oh my god, yeah, sure.
A moped with a backpack.
A moped, sure. They pull up on a moped. They got a big backpack on, full of like spare computer parts and like tools and stuff, and just like wave at the cameras on the outside of PubFeed.
Nice.
Again, like big shock of red hair. I'm just like not goggles, I don't think, but like a hoodie and like shorts.
Heat, I don't know if I should pay you in money or if I should just buy you a new bike right away.
What's wrong with my moped?
Nothing. It looks great.
They like leave it lying on the ground and like to adjust the straps of their backpack as they walk up the ramp. So what's the problem?
Right. So Rev leads them into the hangar. They kind of gestures at Smoko and says, "You see this thing?"
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna. I wasn't expecting a light scene today. I'm gonna play our normal music.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Rev still does have bags under his eyes.
Yeah. Listen, I always enjoy some levity.
Hate to cut in, but is there at any point that we're gonna address the elephant that's not in the room?
Oh yeah, right. Because this is after
yeah.
is gone.
This could be before if you don't want to get into that right now.
No.
Yeah, it could be.
I'm okay. Well, I guess Rev would have already noticed. No, he wouldn't have. Rev walks in and like goes towards Smoko, but just like looks at the spot where Orton is supposed to be, like, and just like ignores Estrella for 10 seconds while he's like, "Where's our giant lava demon?"
They turn and stare at the spot that you're staring at and like squint as if there's something to look at.
Rev clasps his hands together as if to be like, never mind, don't worry about it. Rev, we'll worry about that later. Rev gestures at Smoko for Estrella and says, lovely robot, right?
Yeah, a little beat up. Maybe could use a new coat of paint, but I'm not a painter.
Me neither. I want to wear it.
What, like a hat? Like a jacket?
Oh, yeah, more like a jacket or like a pair of overalls or something.
They tilt their head to one side. Isn't that a better job for a tailor?
Look, I'm not asking you to sit behind a sewing machine. I love this robot. Had a lot of good times with it, but I'm sort of changing up how I'm approaching warfare, and what I'd like to do is pare this thing down to the point where it's not like a full-blown like
Oh, you
mech.
want it to be an exoskeleton?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Okay. That's a big project.
Hey, Peter,
What?
do you mind if I just like smash Ruinera into this scene?
No, go ahead.
So as you're saying this, he's walking from the entrance to the interior of Pub Feed, and he's got his hand like folded politely as he waits for you to finish consorting with Estrelle. But you're cognizant of his presence.
Mm-hmm. Does he like chime in, or just he's just like
He's waiting. He's waiting for you to be done.
Hi! Estrelle waves at you, Ruinera.
Ruinera nods curtly, doesn't make eye contact.
Rev's eyes are kind of glassy when he looks at Ruinera, but then like looks away. Yeah, that's our yeah. Okay, so obviously I'd get a machinist to do all of the, welding and
You need me to do the they like wave their hands around. You want like a system that connects to your limbs and stuff so you can move it one-to-one, right?
Perfect.
Yeah, I can do that.
Awesome. Obviously I'll, pay you and everything.
Yeah, I'll need some, they, like, sit down, they, like, take their backpack off, put it on the ground, sit down, unzip it, and pull out, like, an extremely chunky laptop, open it up, and start typing, like, okay, I'll need one of these, and one of these, and one of these, and some of these, and just, like, talking to themselves.
Yeah. What games you got on that thing?
What? Sorry, what?
What games you got on that thing?
Oh, a bunch.
Okay.
We can play some later if you want.
Yeah, sounds good.
They look left and right and are like, I may have hacked into the Tatterdemalion database and gotten some of the new ones.
Oh, fuck. Wait, I didn't know you could do that.
They do a little, they like tap their nose twice.
I just bought some new controllers. All right, I guess I'm making another trip to the package store.
So yeah, this is, I would assume, a long-term project.
Absolutely.
What is the thing? Is this your whole thing? Are you reclassing? Are you respecking?
Yes. So it's okay. However long this needs to be. Yeah, I'm basically respecking. But mechanically, I want this to end up in the point where Smoko exists as the ability, the weapon. And it's okay how long that takes, whatever crazy hurdles have to happen. That probably is like way larger than just like a programming job, but that's fine. We can like, worry about that when we get to it.
Can I offer one thing to note? What if it also was still the motorcycle?
I have no idea how that would work, but I would love that.
All right, hear me out.
I would love that.
Literally, just like the exoskeleton unfolds halfways, and you can ride it like a skateboard.
Well,
I mean, it's Rev. It's the I like what I'm imagining is the Edge of Tomorrow power armor. Is that
fair
more or
enough.
less what we're doing here?
Google.
Yeah, let me double check and make sure because it's been several years since I've seen this. Or is that two pared down? Like, is it more than that?
So, hold on.
This is just like a bunch of stuff strapped to you mostly. It's like an armored exoskeleton with like some guns.
Sure, absolutely. I guess so. Aesthetically, it could be like whatever you think is most appropriate. I was thinking like a little more high sci-fi in terms of like it being like.
Yeah, sure.
I guess honestly, maybe like not even more like an astronaut suit with like a giant set of thrusters strapped to like the upper back.
Yeah, that's basically the Edge of Tomorrow outfit.
Okay.
I'm trying to
Okay.
think of like I'm trying to think of anime I've seen with like exosuits. It's not like a super common. Oh wait, Legend of the Galactic Heroes suit, combat armor. This isn't quite right either. Yeah, no, this isn't quite right. Whatever, we can figure it out later. The long-term project's gonna take a little while. So when you switch over, do you want to keep your abilities, or is this like, do you want a full respec?
Oh, I want to keep my abilities. I mostly hold on. Let me take a little look. Okay, so I am fully aware that I'm probably asking for a lot, so it's okay if
No,
this
you're
is like
fine.
a
No, this
fucking-
is just determining
okay,
how
cool,
long
cool,
the
cool.
long-term project is.
Can I essentially turn advanced prototype into the weapon, but also keep? No, I mean, yeah. So I want to keep everything, but just add the weapon as an ability, basically.
Okay.
So I'm cool with all of my abilities, like my class and everything.
Okay, so the main thing you're actually getting here is new items and new, like, unique vehicle gear, and other than that, it's mostly just fictional positioning. So...
Am I going to lose the optical camo and the mobility suite?
Yes.
Both, even if I'm...
Yeah, because you're switching playbooks.
Oh.
That's like a new thing that you're getting. I mean, let me check and see what the weapon's got.
Oh, I can't, like, functionally, like, veteran the weapon?
No, I don't think so, because then you're not... Then you're just... I mean, then what is the meaningful difference between your playbook being the weapon compared to being the infiltrator?
A long-term project?
No, what is the meaningful difference of changing it if it doesn't meaningfully change how you play the game, is, I guess, what I mean. Like, if it's just adding more stuff.
Well, that's like why it's like a suit, right? Because it's like the idea is that, like the function of like Smoko is kind of changing, and it's changing to be more of like a, like a 6 foot tall, just like one per. Although I guess.
Okay, so I think. We may have to have this discussion later, just because we're like cutting into time right now.
That's fine.
I could see you keeping your optical camo. It's more just like, Ah, shoot, I had it and then forgot it.
I'm very down to discuss the actual details
Let's
later.
talk this out later. I'll
Cool.
figure out how long the long-term project is once we talk this out. For now, we can just roll to see how much. So roll a 4d6 for me, with Estrell's 3d6, and then you helping by assuming, like, there's a scene of you. Whoa!
Pog.
Poggers?
Wow, Estrell is really good at this.
Yeah.
Of course they are.
Hey, that
Estrell
last six is
frickin',
Rev.
like, sits down. Yeah, it was. No, Rev is very helpful.
Yay.
I think there's like a shot of like Rev like going into the bathroom and coming out with like one of those motion sensor like CGI cutscene outfits on, you know what I mean? With like the little beads, the little like glowy bulbs all over it.
They
Oh,
should
yeah.
just start doing motion capture.
Yeah, mocap suit. Thank you.
I was gonna become a VTuber.
Where are your where are your long-term projects?
Oh,
Did you?
They're covered by the pictures.
Oh, they're covered by the pictures. Okay. I will put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change playbooks to the weapon. Cool. All right. So that'll either be, that'll probably be an 8-step clock, but we'll see. If you're adding on, I might make it a 12-step.
cool. Awesome.
Okay. So I'll spend
One downtime action
on
down.
that, yeah.
I know everything Ruinera is going to be doing, and none of it really needs a scene.
Okay.
Was he gonna talk to?
If he's talking to anybody, it's not being constituted under a downtime action. He is basically, if you guys let me, I want to use all 3 personnel to
Oh, dang.
basically assemble a tech team to start like really deep diving into what the Tainted Empire is post departure. So it would be like
Oh,
combing
man.
through records and fighting stuff. And it would be 3 long-term projects with the employees to determine the Tainted Empire's nature that I would need to succeed on 1, 2, 3, and then 1 more of.
Eric just wants to blast through this.
I miss Mezerin. What can I say? Apart from that, the 2 actual actions that I want to use are I'm gonna use the acquire asset to start the long-term project. Oh my god, my brain is blasted. The long-term project to find Adea through Labarum databases and
Why
intel.
don't you just use
on
the
what we
bank
got.
to acquire asset?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
asking. Can I use the bank to acquire asset and also all 3 of our personnel? Basically, can I use all of our resources, guys?
Jeez.
Yeah,
All right, that's a yes from 1.
just spend them.
I feel like it does. Like, personally, yes. I feel like in the fiction it doesn't make sense.
This is well, no. Ruinera is gonna ask Rev, and he's gonna be out. Like, I will play a scene where he's going to the captain about it because he wouldn't go behind Rev's back.
Yeah, but that's what I
Rev
mean.
would say no.
Well,
That's
yeah,
exactly what I mean.
I can make my case with a sway roll. We can do that.
Only if
So he's,
if Peter is okay with it.
No, I know.
So he's trying to look into the Tainted Empire's origins. He's also
The nature of the
Nature.
Tainted Empire. Yes,
The
and this
nature of
may also culminate in one of those personnel being Eliza and him talking to her about it.
Should we
That-
just do this? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can do the scene to determine your answer.
that was the thing I wanted to bring up is you could probably get her on Ruinera's side with juicy enough bait.
All right. Well, first things first. In order to give myself a foothold to stand on, I'm going to start with my 2 actual downtime actions and start the long-term project to find Adea. The first one is going to be a could I put it through the Could I put it through the Midwich Valley's computation systems and finagle and manipulate roll in there?
Put what through?
Never mind. There would be scan. The asset.
Oh. I mean,
Could I
the
do-
asset is a document that has some info about Adea's last known sighting.
Okay, and in the fiction, it's kind of damaged, right?
Yes, I guess what I would do is I would roll for the asset's quality and treat that as a downtime project roll.
You mean a long-term project?
Sorry, a long-term project.
You're doing it now too. How many steps would it be?
Finding Adea. I think that's more up to you. How hard would Adea be to find as the person who is playing Adea?
I don't think that's up to me. I think that's up to Constant, and I think Constant's probably keeping her very close, given their nature.
Yeah, fair. So
I just want morsels that Ruinera can show to Rev and.
But you want to succeed. You want to have finished on this, right?
No, I want significant ground to have been broken.
Okay. I thought you were gunning for next mission being a Dea retrieval arc.
No, absolutely not.
You want another mission of Ruinera in between? I mean, if Ruinera isn't shot and killed by Rev.
I'm trying to give Peter as much time as he wants to shoot and kill Ruinera. They've got to have the solid liquid snake fight. So can I roll engineer to like manage the file into a readable state?
Okay, no, you don't have to roll anything on the file. The file is a free downtime action. What I am going to do is roll 2d6 because it's a tier 3 file -1 because it was damaged.
Let's see it.
6.
There it is. Pogger.
Okay. What do you think this is? Is this just like a transcript of CCTV footage or something?
I really like that. And that Ruinera is just like in front of this tiny fucking television with like leaning in really close just on a stool, and he's got his hands folded in front of his face, and he is squinting and pausing and freeze framing back a couple frames and just squinting at like 3 pixels.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yep, that's fucking Constant."
Yeah.
I knew it.
Actually, yeah, it doesn't even have to be a it can just be CCTV footage because this is
Enhance the footage.
and it's super corrupted too, so it's like jaggying and like there's like VCR. There's like when like a VCR is messed up and there's the like the screen gets all crooked, like the picture is out of shape,
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. But you are able to pause at just the right moment and be like, that's Constant. So however long this is, that's 3 out of, I don't know. Do you think 8 is good?
I like 8.
Okay. Yeah, because 4 is easy, 6 is medium, 8 is hard, 12 is really hard. So hard sounds right. Constant's good at what they do.
And now, you're doing it nice. Okay. And now I would like to use my second one to roll engineer to enhance that footage so that I can purport it to Rev and Eliza.
Do you ask for help? Is this Strel still here? Are you like, hey kid, can you help me with this for a second?
Absolutely. Estrell is getting on their moped, and the scary guy that was waiting to talk to Rev comes out of the hang. By the way, he was just like, Tainted Empire's gone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What does Rev say?
Yeah, I noticed. I genuinely have no fucking idea.
And then he's just like, huh. Hilarious. And then he walks by.
Estrell's head, like anime style, like rapidly moving between the both of you, and they're like, "What? They lost one of their mechs? What?"
So later, outside Pub Feed, after Estrell's done with all of their stuff, Ruinera walks up to them, holding the entire TV and an extension cord that's keeping it powered behind him under his arm. and the VCR cassette in front of him, and he says, "You are Reveille's associate.
Yeah.
I have a request."
Okay.
And I'm good with that being the scene. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bop. Engineer with Estrella helping.
Actually, they do say like leaning in. Like I think they've like hooked this up to their computer and are like transferring the data in order to like see if they can fix some of the corruption. And they're like, "Is this some spy shit?"
For the second time on screen, Runeera looks at Estrella and smiles.
Sick. And okay, roll 3d6. You have wait, you have 2 in engineer, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, 3d6 then.
Okay. All right, we're chilling.
Okay. So that's another 2.
All right, and it enhances to like now we can see both constant and Adea in a resolution where it's
Yeah.
reliable.
What are they doing? Are they buying groceries?
That's hilarious. Yes, Adea has like got a loaf of ciabatta, and she's got like most of what would be a concealing cloak, but it's at an angle where you can kind of see some signature like lipstick or something. And she's like, "Are you good with ciabatta, Constant? I make a mean garlic bread."
Good. Excellent.
And then later on, now that all that's done, Rev, Runeera comes to you late in the night after dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got the TV under his arm, and this time instead of the VCR, he has the custom VCR cassette that Estrella co-opted the refurbished footage onto. And he
Okay.
says, "I have made significant ground towards finding our friend."
Oh, that's a surprise. I mean, you seemed pretty sure she'd be dead, but I'm not gonna be a ninny about it. I mean, show me what you got.
It is as I told Miss Flint. And he the TV makes a thonk as he just sets it onto the counter and starts hooking it up. "You are right to be suspicious of me. It is why I have made great efforts towards absolving the name of Rousseau and the suspicions surrounding him regarding the events at Fort Noctena. And it is also why I am assisting here with this now, both so we can retrieve Idea as well as so I can return to my other duties." He plugs it in, he enhances the footage, it like looks close, and he just kind of lets Rev look at it.
Rev goes from like, as like the footage plays, he goes from like tense. He's like passively tense, and then he's like visibly tense. And then he like, without turning to Runeera, he just says, she's got to be a hostage. I mean,
She is proffering a loaf of ciabatta. If she is a hostage, Constant is quite good at brainwashing. Or perhaps they simply have good taste.
Rev like brushes his like weird poofy like forehead bang thing up like onto his forehead as he like just kind of like I guess like braces his forehead. Gonna say it a third time. In like disbelief, I guess is the word.
Something else gone over between myself and Miss Flint. There was an ulterior objective given to me, and the payload, which you suspect to be from the bottom, I take it, higher ups that neither of us have access to. There may be more grounding in that than you think.
He's talking about the bomb, right?
Yes.
Rev is just kind of stunned. This is like a lot to take in.
This is a rare opportunity where I am willing to lay my cards on the table. Are you inclined to take it, Captain Scaphander?
Real quick, can my cut loose be done before this?
Yes, we can always. Yeah.
Okay, cool. You've given me no reason to. Well, no, that's not true. You've given me a lot of reason to distrust you, but you've also given me a lot of reason to trust you. Sure.
What I am about to say will not be pleasing to your ears, as someone that has been associated with this woman for quite some time now. But I am a third party, an unbiased party, who is familiar with those that change those around them in order to subversively do things that those people may not agree with. I believe that Idea is behind what happened at Fort Noctana with the experimental payload that was delivered.
Wait, he's saying that she was behind the gravity nuke?
She was behind the gravity nuke not going to plan. He thinks that she is who the blame lies on entirely, and Uso and the rest of PubFeed and the Devil's Indentured were going to deliver it as told by the State Unseen rep.
And Rev and Eliza already know that, but
Yeah. They've been
but
keeping it on the down
Ruinera
low.
doesn't know that they know that.
Yeah, they've been playing dumb about what happened.
He continues and says, as we can see in this footage, her and Constant seem to have some kind of rapport between the two of them, and it is likely, from my investigation, that this rapport is not a new one, and that they were in contact. Miss Flint, went through some of my information. And so she no doubt knows, I'm unaware if she shared it with you or not, she knows that Constant was the primary target of that payload. It does not does it not seem to all line up, as I say?
I mean, you've built quite the compelling case. I just don't understand.
So, also the Tainted Empire is gone, and we have a few unoccupied hands around. I figured I would run it by you. I would like to conduct a little bit of a team investigation, not into where it is going, but what exactly it is. And I have a few leads that I'm following, divulged both from tinkering with it myself as well as questioning Pilot Monorail. This is, of course, your choice, whether or not I get access to this.
Honestly, I don't really think I can stop you.
He extends a hand and says, would you like to help?
Yeah, you know what? Sure. I was gonna ask for the full reports, but I think that's a much better way.
If people would rather save personnel points, they can also contribute their own downtime actions to this project, I will say. I'm going to
Cool.
allow that to happen because this being a group effort makes sense.
Do you shake the hand?
Yeah, he does.
All right. Ruinera, for the third time on screen, smiles, gives a nod, and starts packing up the TV.
Hey Robert, what do you have in mind for your remaining downtime actions? By remaining, I mean all of them.
All of them.
I ask because if you want to contribute one to this project, technically you already did that because Eliza knows more about Orson than everyone else.
I guess it just depends on whether they're willing to work with me or not.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't have to... But I would say it would probably be one of the other... Like, if you want to work with this, like, that would be you divulging your information, and that's your downtime action. But if you want to keep mum, then...
Well, with a decent sway roll, and if the bait is juicy enough, you could get Liz to cooperate, potentially.
Well, Ruinera has no reason to believe that Eliza is more privy to information on the Tainted Empire than he is.
That's
And
true.
also, Eric does not want... Listen, as much as I love playing the strings with Ruinera, I don't want to give him everything.
To
That
be
said,
fair, Eliza doesn't know that much. Orson was pretty cryptic.
that's fair. So, can I use all the personnel? Because I need another 4 successes to complete this clock.
Well, who's helping? Is anyone actually helping? 'Cause
Ask
people have
Leica,
downtime
maybe.
actions. Yeah, Leica's got one.
Discuss it with the party.
I feel like if Rev is gonna help, he might hold like a little party meeting.
Yeah, that makes
All
sense.
right.
Yeah,
Alright.
Rev is absolutely going to communicate this to Eliza and probably to Leica as well if he's receptive. No, I mean if Leica is like active and considered like mission ready, then Rev is going to bring Leica in as well.
Yeah, about that. I don't know if... I think, like... I guess it would still take some time to, like, get the tribunal together, and also you're not in Free People territory, so I'm fine to just continue to not deal with that right now. Just so I don't interrupt what you guys are doing.
Sure.
This is gonna be a 2-session downtime, I can tell.
Yeah.
Sometimes it really do be like that, though.
Yeah, it's fine. The Haraev mission is probably going to be long.
I'm down to just like make my cut loose the convo with Eliza and then just like use my other downtime to help with the thing. I'm kind of okay with that just because like I love like the role playing, but also I don't love 2-session downtimes, and even if this is somewhat going to be one of those, you know. I don't know what the odds are of us finishing it. Yeah.
The odds are probably pretty good. I mean, it depends what rolls you make, right? Because the odds are different depending on the action roll. Or the action roll, I guess. So yeah, do you want to... Wait! Oh, shoot! Wait! You may want to not do that, actually, because I just realized... Oh, no, you're not at 3 with Eliza. You're not at 3. You will be at 3. Wait, are you? You don't have a third belief, but you have a third tick.
Oof, did I? Wait.
Did you not write a third belief? Did you not do your homework?
I'm so bad with that.
Peter didn't do
sorry.
his homework. Peter didn't do his homework. Everybody point
What?
and laugh.
Why fucking got me?
Ack.
Well, that's the thing. Maybe you should...
Yeah, no, it's fine.
should have a belief for it, because, like, the Ask a Truth thing is kind of a big deal.
No, you're right. I'm gonna wait until I kind of shot myself in the foot. It's okay. This will be a 2-session downtime
You're fine.
or whatever, and I'll cut loose with Renera.
I mean, technically, we're already over time. I'm fine to keep going because, like, I don't have to do very much during downtime. It's mostly all of you. Like, I have to play characters and that's it. So I'm just chilling.
Definitely. Okay. So we're doing the roll for the long-term project.
If that's what, if you're helping with it, you may want to. The thing is you are at what? How much stress?
A lot.
3, 4, 5,
All
6.
but 2.
You may want to cut loose twice depending on how poorly or good you roll.
We do the scene, or
I like cut loose being a scene because it's kind of because like it's what is developing your belief with another character.
I can try and make it
stuff
quick.
Like that. Yeah, you can make it quick. I just don't want you to feel rushed.
it's fine.
Also, on the other hand, you can cut into personnel. But
where
also Ruin Era may use all of your personnel.
We
Where-
have 3, and I wanted to use all of it.
But you may not have to if people help you.
Exactly. Yeah, we're trying to figure out how many people are going to use downtime actions to try and determine the nature of the Tainted Empire.
I should cut loose because I have a lot.
Yeah,
of
okay.
strength.
Okay, so rewind.
Yeah, this is taking place earlier.
Rev was going to ask everyone if they are willing to help with this project, correct? It was going to be
Yes.
a group meeting.
Correct.
Yeah.
So call the group meeting. We won't worry about spending any actions right now, but let's do that brief scene.
Okay.
Because Laika can still spend one. Laika doesn't have anything else to do, right? Fergus,
Yes.
did you hear what I just said?
Yes.
That's correct, right? There was nothing else you wanted
Yes.
to do? Okay.
Leica might show up in a separate scene, but there's no downtime
Yes.
action I want to
Okay.
accomplish.
You know,
All right,
spend 8 supply points to get like 5 new mech quirks or whatever.
I think so. No, that's not like his.
I know.
That's not
I know,
like his
I
joke.
know. I'm joking.
Oh, okay. You know. Okay. No joking. Yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
Right. Everyone meets in our equipment room that I illustrated by posting the TF2 image as of last time. It looks kind of like a very high-tech locker room sort of deal with a table in the middle. I imagine it being under the bar. I don't know why.
That works for me.
So it mostly ends up being Ruinera and Rev standing at a table, and Laika and Liz, I'm assuming, file in.
Yep. Liz is gonna be there.
Is Laika gonna come?
Laika would be disobeying orders if he didn't show up.
That's true.
Leica showed up. Yeah.
Rev just like knocks on like Laika's door personally and is like, "Hey, you doing okay, buddy?"
Aw.
So this is after. All right. All right. As the two of you know, our big lava monster sort of gone missing. On top of that, I guess also that the two of you already knew this, but we've learned more about where Dea went, or more precisely, what she's up to. She does not appear to have been kidnapped like we thought for so long. We have footage of her at a Fresh Foods buying ciabatta bread.
I love role-playing games.
Good. So wait, just to clarify, the two people in question are Eliza and Laika, correct?
Yes, correct.
There's only
All right.
yeah, you're the only 2 people
Yeah.
here.
Just so I heard two, and I'm just like double checking. It's like Ruinair? No, okay. Laika kind of nods, and it's like you hear like them kind of say something along the lines of "good choice" under their breath.
Personally, I prefer sourdough, but you know, that's just me.
Oh, Rev's right.
There we go. But Ruinera has gotten a pretty good lead on where she is. There is, like I said, a big hell demon on the loose. We think it's gone looking for Adea.
It's so rude to poor Orson.
Rev is kind of saying it out of fear.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um,
Orson is scary.
yeah, I don't think Rev has any animosity, but just like,
Hearing the fact that like Orson's gone, like Laika's demeanor shifts as they like kind of lean forward and clasp their hands together and like knees on elbows as they're like kind of like looking down at the floor. But other than that, yeah.
Its look is mostly black, hand-throwing magma demon from hell.
Yeah,
so.
no, absolutely. I was making
I
a
like
joke.
yeah. I should say is that I do like the idea that it's only magma throwing because Adea did the magma throwing.
No.
I like the idea that like, oh yeah,
Sorry, no.
why do you say that? Like, why did you say it like that? You just say
You
no.
know already. In the other session, you've talked to another magma being.
Sorry, I don't recall.
Magma
I'm not a
is the
metagamer.
medium in which this creature is a thing.
Yeah, no.
That's a true fact that's been on screen.
Fuck.
That's not
I hate
a
it when the
spoiler.
GM metagames. It's so messed up. Anyways, sorry, continue.
Yeah, I like the fact when Fergus doesn't interrupt.
Runeera is very graciously decided to put in for a commission to find Adea, who is our former comrade, and I suppose now officially a deserter. Pains me as much.
Runeera shakes his head a little bit and he says, I will speak candidly. This is not a gracious offer. This is me doing my best to make sure that you don't string me up by my neck. And also, no official statement has yet been made to my superiors. I am willing to let this be seen to its end before making any conclusive statements.
Hey, you guys want to know a fun fact?
No.
The State Unseen finished their squad goal, which was figure out the spy amidst their ranks who alerted the Amberlo forces of their attack.
Oh boy.
Which normally would have been Uso, except for the fact that Ruinera completed a project to shift blame from Uso. So the State Unseen independently has also figured out that Adea is a traitor.
Holy fuck. Okay, wow. Jeez.
Which is very fun in terms of the party's trust in Ruinera.
Yeah, no kidding.
I
The party
just-
has a lot of reason to trust Runeera.
I just get shit done. I'm sorry.
Anyways, that's a very good reason to be helping us, I think. But regardless, Liz, I know that you and I have reasons to be wary of Ruinera. I sort of thought that by helping out with this commission, not only do we find Adea quicker, but we also have the chance to keep our eyes on him and the team. I think this is something that just everybody probably benefits from.
Liz is kind of like she's doing the edgelord thing of leaning up against a wall, arms folded.
So PogChamp.
She looks between Rev and Ruinera. I'm actually going to roll something in a sec. Once I get into a position to do that. So regarding the Remedy Flint incident, what do I roll? So she has a hunch that maybe the Tainted Empire has something to do with this. I'm trying to connect like A to B. And what would I roll on that? Because it's a big fucking leap in logic, but
I don't know if you can. In terms of like, I think that's a fair assumption for your character to make. There's no more information there than what I've given you. And
because like the thing is that she's willing to pitch in, but only if like she has a personal stake in this, and it would get her some answers.
I think that would require a long-term project. Unfortunately. Like, I don't think there's just a single role you could do to figure that out. Figure out, like, a thing that happened 30 years ago.
Okay.
In part because I'm not letting you just roll a single dice and, like, yes, the GM will now tell you the plot now.
Yeah.
Because there's
fair.
a lot of wheels going on under the surface, I'll tell you that.
Yep. All right, but she does think back to the report. And she's kind of like putting together her own puzzle pieces. Is like, so the Tainted Empire is an experimental super weapon that Dea picked up from somewhere.
Yeah, specifically
Instrumental Industries.
No,
Specific-
no,
oh.
not Instrumental Industries.
Right.
New World Biotech, which
True.
was founded by someone who used to work for Instrumental Industries.
Mm-hmm. There's the connect.
There's
Excuse
the
me.
connection. There is a connection.
I'm actually going to whisper a personal roll to Wyatt.
Okay.
PogChamp. I get to watch the recording now because I want to see what it is.
Yeah, I have all the videos uploaded. I keep forgetting to title them. I'm sorry.
I think it's DM. Actually, I can just use this little side tab here.
Yeah.
Solves all my problems. All right, so this is going to be a roll to see how cooperative she wants to be based on what scraps of information she has pieced together.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Wyatt, I'm still a DM.
Oh.
That's funny. That's funny. Well,
Why are you still a D? Oh, because of Yara.
all right. So, kind of going off of like her gut intuition, she believes that helping this project would help her with some resolution, and so she pushes off the wall and she's like, all right, I'm in.
Perfect. And how many ticks are you going to dedicate?
I want to leave one open potentially to... Well, actually, I don't think I have any... Yeah, she's
What
going to dedicate
What do you want to do? Because I may be able to.
2 ticks towards this long-term project.
Okay.
2 of her 3 downtimes are going to be dedicated to it.
All right.
All right.
This is
And
a fun research montage.
so we still need a total of 4 successes, I think.
So does Eliza come clean about? Is like the first one right now? Does Eliza tell everyone about the conversation that she had in the hangar, like and Orson leaving?
She
I will
approaches
give you an extra dice if you do that.
She approaches the table and puts her hands down on it. She looks around. I guess cat's out of the bag. If you want to know why the Tainted Empire is no longer in the hangar, if you want to know why it just up and left, if you want to hold someone accountable to that, that someone is me.
And why would you do that? Is this some kind of remote operated device? Something advanced to allow it to work at a long distance? Ruinera has a very confused look on his face, as if this seems initially like just a straight up lie, because What the fuck? That doesn't work.
Rev?
She-
Oh, sorry.
Rev, what?
Rev has a very like firm look on his face and like tries to make direct eye contact with Eliza as like he like tries to wordlessly communicate both confusion and trust at the same time, having like, you know, some vague inkling that Orson had something to do with like the bomb. Yeah.
I was going to ask, how does Leica feel about this information?
Of the Tainted Empire leaving?
Yeah.
Or if
And-
Eliza being the one to let it out.
Yeah, and also, like, Eliza, you like, go over everything that it said to you? Like, everyone knows the cryptic stuff that it said now?
She was about to get to that. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we don't
she
have
does...
to... if you want to color it, feel free to.
Yeah.
We can just say, that happens.
It's just that she does turn a glance towards Leica first, because he's kind of like the only other person who's in the know about the Tainted Empire actually having like some sentience. Sapience. She looks at the rest and she says, "Okay, yeah. It's basically, you know, she starts to explain what happened before the big old flash disintegration bomb hit, and you know, how it like communicated with her, and like the whole weird blue lava portal, stick your head in this to save everyone thing going on. She basically lays out everything on the table. And then her
I don't know if that's like secret or not. I feel like Rev would like interrupt her and try and like keep her from telling Ruinera.
Oh boy.
Let's play the threat then.
I'm gonna change the little treat I'm dangling, which is that if you lay everything on the table, I'm just gonna treat that as a full success on a downtime action roll, so it will add 3 ticks to the action without you even having to roll.
Oh, if it's just like part of a roll, then.
So yeah, Rev, if you want to interrupt her, feel free to, but she does have a reason for telling just, you know, giving the full deets.
Interrupt.
If it's 3, it's very likely that only 1 more downtime action will be needed.
I think Rev would, but like
Come on,
given
interrupt.
Okay. Rev probably says something to the effect of I think letting Olsen go is very good thinking. If he really is, I'm sorry, he doesn't know that it's Orson. Letting the Tainted Empire go is good thinking. If he's trying to go back to Idea, there's a solid shot that he'll lead us right there.
Does Rev cut Eliza off like in the middle of a sentence when he says that?
I think it's probably like while she is like opening her mouth to speak, and then like if she wants to continue and say everything anyways, then
Okay.
Rev basically gave her an out regarding Ruinera. Like if
to destroy that out immediately, like is like what were you saying, Eliza?
Ruinera looks at Rev. Is Rev's poise broken?
Leica was doing that
Poised?
intentionally because Leica.
Yeah, like how well put together is Rev's like his posture and his body language.
Yeah, did he give away his like nervousness?
No, Rev is pretty I think pretty focused. I don't think he's on the exact same wavelength as Eliza. He's trying to balance wariness of Ruinera with trust in Eliza, and I think he senses that Eliza.
Does that wariness come through?
I think if anything, Rev comes off as like ever so like Rev comes off as like confused but not nervous. So not really.
So as Leica eggs Eliza on, Runair looks between Rev back to Eliza and then to Leica and then back to Eliza and holds up a hand and he says, I mentioned that I was going to assemble a team. I think if we are working together on this, then I have all the information I need. And he steps out the door to both get some more dudes and also afford you guys some privacy.
Oh.
Ooh.
So that's very strange that he just steps out and gives us like some time to just conspire behind his back. And she looks at the other two, and then back at the door. And then she leans in, and as her hands are on the table, she leans in and says, "I want answers, particularly regarding that data you found, Rev. It's a very personal matter."
Oh god, yeah. Eliza hasn't told everyone about that yet.
No.
You finished combing through that file, huh? Find anything good?
I found information regarding a black project involving one Remedy Flint. My mother.
Oh, hell is.
And my father's involvement too. I need to know. I need to see this to its conclusion.
So you're saying, break into some more server rooms?
Possibly. If it'll get us closer. And even if it means dealing with people like Ruinera.
Yeah, I think at that, Leica kind of pipes up and just kind of like repeats.
Like Ruinera.
And he kind of looks up with kind of a different look in his eye as he looks between Eliza and Rev and kind of just says it again with kind of like a more palpable sharpness. Before like he's really trying to feel out what that means to either of the two of them. And then leans forward and says, "What is like Ruinera to you?" A snake? A killer?
She looks at Leica and she says, "A leash."
Leica takes a pause.
I know a thing or two about leashes. And I think he's on more than any of the ones that he's putting on us. So maybe we should be talking a little bit less about like Ruinera and I don't know. And Leica stands up and kind of like knocks on like the side of the door frame
Because I'm assuming Ruinera's outside, or is Ruinera like I was assuming?
They heard his boots stepping all the way to the hangar bay door, opening
Damn.
it, and leaving pub feed.
All right, never mind. Okay, then Leica just dips.
Wait, he's not getting us for the project?
He's getting the personnel from
Yeah.
Kill 8.
Oh, but like, we're not helping him? Oh, no, okay, no.
He can help
yeah, okay.
without being in the same rooms.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, sorry. I wasn't sure if he was doing like a fuck you guys kind of thing. All right, sorry, never mind.
No, he was very much not doing a fuck you. He was doing a if these guys aren't speaking openly because I'm here, I'm gonna leave.
Right, okay, cool. Makes sense. Awesome. So, Leica just dips.
Yeah,
Does he try to catch up to Ruinera?
yeah. Actually, that was gonna be the next thing.
You catch up pretty quick. He took the time to put his suit back together.
Leica, just kind of briefly knocks at. I'm assuming he's like in the hangar bay.
No, he's left.
Oh, he's gone.
He's
All right.
probably like maybe a good 100 or 200 feet away from pub feed. Just heading into like the fort proper.
All right. Well, Leica takes something odd out of his room. It's what appears to be a white coat with padding that Leica then puts on and looks visibly strained wearing it before heading out, hands in its like weird obtuse pockets and following Ruinera. As I'm assuming this is a crowded military building, yeah?
Well, he hasn't entered one yet.
But I'm assuming that they are going
Yes.
to one. Okay.
Mhm.
I feel like, Leica catches up to Ruinera about there. Kind of like tries to get his attention, like calls over for him.
He turns around and waits for you.
Yeah, Leica makes it, and is just says like, hey, sorry about the issues in the room.
No apology is necessary. You are anxious about the tribunal, I assume.
You know, I thought I would be.
Oh, you don't know that's happening yet. That hasn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
okay.
Never mind.
Sorry.
All right, never mind then.
Doesn't say that. Is
what
the
did-
meeting adjourned?
Something like that. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I think they're just worried about bureaucracy. As you know, Leica shifts the weight of the coat over his shoulders a little bit, and
Ruinera still seems a little unnerved, which is very odd.
unnerved about what?
You
Can
don't
I
know.
interpret? Can I study?
Yeah, you can roll study.
Let's go! I love to study.
No, you
I
don't.
won't. Shut up. Roll d6. What does a 6 get me?
Ruinera left because he thinks that you guys were going to let slip something that would make it so he would stop trying to get you to trust him. And so, to nip that situation in the bud, he removed himself.
Leica.
He left because he thought you guys were going to mess up.
Leica.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. Leica puts a hand on the shoulder of Ruinera, and Ruinera can feel the palpable weight of the collar, and he realizes that it's probably lead-lined. As Leica looks at him and is and says, "All right, well," and info dumps.
So you're basically just fucking inserting all of it into his head through like a connect
Yeah.
or a channel?
So,
Hmm?
I don't
No,
know.
no, wait, hold on. Through a Kinect, yeah, no, what I was going to say is that Laika's just telling him everything. Like, there's no brain force involved. It's literally
All right.
it's just Laika being like, oh, okay.
So this is a big wrench, but in the middle of this, he's gonna take out a shotgun and shoot you.
What?
Before that,
Wait, in the
Clogger.
middle of a military base?
Yep.
before that, I had thought of this. The thing is about that, and this is the only reason why I thought I would do this, because God, I love Ruinera. I knew he would do something like this. I was going to push myself on the consort roll, and that paralyzes him.
Oh my god.
Is this the result of the desperate consequence earlier?
Partially.
I'm
It
gonna
was
resist
either
it.
this or
The-
shooting Rev if they got into a fight.
I'm definitely resisting whatever part of it goes into this.
Well, this is no banked consequence particularly. This is, I mean, it depends on the role. It could be anything, but the consort role and the desperate consequence went through. It wasn't really banked. It was just a permanent change in how Laika saw Ruinera.
Okay.
So I don't know if this is resistible because it's just a chain. It's the consequence is
But I get to set the position and effect, right?
of the consort. Yeah,
It's gonna be desperate limited.
fantastic.
Hog jam.
Now let's go through here. What is it? Consort. I'm just looking if anyone has a higher consort roll than me. So
I only
to
have
see
one.
if I
What's
can
your
crowdsource
consort
it.
roll?
2. So I'm fine.
No one has 3 consort.
No. I crowdsource it from what's his name? Klaus.
Klaus doesn't have
no,
3 consort either.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah, Klaus has
but
3
yeah, no.
sway.
All right, cool. So I am going to push myself for effect, so it becomes desperate standard, and also with this, Ruinera is paralyzed. So the desperate consequence may come later, or maybe in a different form. But that's up to you, honestly. And 2d6, baby. Yes!
Are you okay with Laika dying?
Well, I can resist consequences too, remember.
That's why I'm asking. Because that's the desperate result.
Getting shot by a shotgun at point blank range is 100% level 4 horror.
Oh, absolutely. However...
Oh wait, Laika's outfit is lead lined though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can
which
use
is-
armor to resist it, also.
Well, yeah. What I was going to say was, yeah, there's a couple of things. I don't know if Laika dies here, but there are some things that could end up with Laika dying here, and that's completely fine.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and roll struggle.
Well, no, you don't have to roll. You already, the consequence
You
already went through.
inflicted the
that.
consequence.
Okay. So the armor reduces it to level 3?
Armor
Armor
reduces it
often.
No,
Yeah, sure.
So specifically, what happens is I'm also going to.
Are
I can
you
also
gonna resist
it, right?
on top of that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you can
Because I
reduce it
still
to
wanna
level
have.
2. What does
Um,
Laika's own resistance look like?
So, Laika is probably really weird to try and kill, because Laika is acting as panicked as someone who's like trying to avoid fight or flight would act, but acting as though they are a couple of seconds in the future.
Yeah, Laika's a Jedi, got it.
A little bit, as Laika pushes pushes the gun away and like ducks down.
as the shot goes off, to either a degree of which that was either a state unseen agent or a stroke of pure luck in the eyes of perhaps a Ruinera.
No, he definitely missed this because of how unnerved he is.
That's true, honestly. This was the best outcome in my opinion. As Laika's arm is left arm is completely shorn, and it's bad. It's real bad.
All right.
As the shot goes
take
off.
the level 2 harm skinned.
Yeah, a little bit. Skinned. All right.
He is gonna pump the stock and shoot you again.
Alarms start to blare because gunshots just went off in the middle of a military base. And at least a few people must have seen this.
And this is where you set my position in effect, Fergus.
Do I roll or do you? How does this work?
I'm rolling struggle.
Okay.
It could be a contest if you wanted.
So around this point, is Liz allowed to intervene?
We're pretty decently far from pub feed, and there's
you
not a
would
lot
have
of.
to
Yeah, I
really
don't
be
think-
booking it. I think
You
you
would
can
have to
get
really
here.
be
I think you
medicating
can
it.
get here soon, but if Peter said, "Can Rev intervene?" I would say yes because Rev has reflexes. But Eliza doesn't have anything that would give her the fictional positioning to be here so quickly.
I think Rev probably gets here after the shot goes off, but not before. There's no way, Rev can get here, between two trigger
you
pulls.
do have a motorbike, and you could have, flashback to having a premonition.
I do want to say really quick.
Caro has something to say, apparently.
Oh boy.
Why
I
did
mean,
Laika just roll?
uh,
Eliza is a low-key empath. It's
Oh,
more,
yeah,
it's
she's good.
more, it's more the speed. But I guess you could steal Rev's motorbike.
so my stress bar got scuffed somehow, and I don't know from when that happened. But
What?
there's you'll see it if you. I don't know what happened to it. I didn't.
I
touch
should
It.
I should rephrase my question, Fergus. In the fiction, would you like
Oh,
interference
what the
from
heck?
your squad?
I'm fine without it.
Okay. All right.
I think at the very least, Rev is going to investigate the alarm, no matter what it is. It's an alarm at our military base.
I think reflexes. What have you done, Fergus?
I didn't do that, Wyatt. That's what I literally said. Is I looked over to flip my stress up, and it was like, oh.
What?
So that was either someone else or I clicked my mouse at some random point in time. It doesn't matter that much. I can.
Yeah, let me just
And
copy
then-
this from someone else's.
Yeah. Okay. While this is happening, to set your position in effect, it is.
You have 5 stress right now, Laika, because you pushed yourself and you rolled away.
No. It would be. Actually, no. You're right. It
you
would be 5.
resisted and then you
Yeah,
pushed
yeah,
yourself
yeah.
and you rolled a 2 on your resist roll.
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh,
so maybe
it
it's
should
6.
be 6. Yeah.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Now back on topic. Position and effect would be risky standard.
All right. Pushing that to. Risky great.
Eric? Can you tell me, the GM, what's going through Ruinera's head right now?
Yeah.
Just for
Laika is ruining everything he's been setting up
fair
by
enough.
telling him this.
What's the specific thing? What's the thing that made him the most upset?
Tainted Empire's sentience.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I think it's.
Nice.
Oh,
Fantastic. So what
Oh
were you
my
pushing
God.
to risky great?
Oh my god,
yeah.
that's the second time! That's very
All right.
statistically improbable.
So, what happens immediately after you try and shoot Laika again is that you are alerted to a really weird cold feeling as the sprinklers turn on without a second alarm as Laika grabs the gun.
All right.
Do I roll now?
You can roll struggle if you want.
All right. So this is a back and forth. Yeah, what's up, Rev?
I think it's probably at this point that like, Rev and Liz, if they want, but like at least definitely Rev is investigating the alarm and is like driving to the exact spot where everybody is like running and evacuating from.
There's
She's gonna go
also
with-
a bunch of like armed soldiers running in your direction.
Yeah, Rev is like whizzing past them. He like has his like gun out as he's driving. Is Liz like
She's
the back?
riding. She's riding on the back seat.
Okay.
She doesn't get the psychic premonition, but she is gonna go with him because stinky.
I will
Yeah.
allow one more roll to occur between the two PvPers.
Fantastic.
Fight!
I think that in this moment, Leica is okay. You can set this narratively. Is Leica holding the gun, or is Leica struggling for the gun?
You've got the gun out of his grasp. You're pointing it at him. His stance has not changed at all. He still feels in control.
All right. Leica. So does Leica visibly see people showing up? Like are people?
I don't know. I feel like the two of you are probably tunnel visioning the way people
Okay,
humans do
fantastic.
when violence is occurring.
Absolutely. All right, so let's think about this. Because Leica is thinking about this in less terms of violence, which is something that I need to think about. Leica is pointing the gun actually not at him. Leica is like at a not a comfortable distance, at a moderate distance away from Ruinera. As how much of the information do you think Ruinera got before?
It was probably the
Like I said,
sentience part.
up to the sentience. Shotgun comes out. Boom.
Fantastic. As Leica continues, and sorry,
Okay.
you say something first.
No, I guess this is still you.
Yeah, all right. Leica continues talking at him.
Oh my god. What is going through Leica's head right now? Why is Leica continuing to spill the beans when his life is currently in danger?
Because Leica right now is I think the word would be I've been using the concept of psionics with Leica as like a second autonomy. And in this specific instance, Leica feels extremely confident that this is probably the best way of getting out of this alive, even if the fight or flight response is not saying that. It's the same reason why
You
yes
don't
and
pick
yes
up on the fact that he's trying to kill you because you're giving him the information?
I think Leica has picked that up.
But thinks that more needs to be given.
Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
that there's a threshold. As Leica throws the gun, and immediately I would like to roll channel to basically will the rest of it in without talking, because it's getting stuttery because of both adrenaline and the fact that like the pain is starting to settle in from the arm. As Leica like crouches down a little bit, and I'm going to push myself, and tell me the position and effect of this.
Ruinera's got his
Remember,
brainwash barriers up.
Leica's pushing himself, but also, yes, brainwash barriers. I don't know
And,
if the paralyze would work.
This is still desperate limited.
All right. Okay. Fantastic. I love this. Desperate limited. So I'm going to boost it.
Now's when the crit gets rolled, right?
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Hey, question. Does
What's
brainwash barrier is brainwash barrier a what would you consider that?
What do you mean?
Well, like what? Like narratively speaking,
Leica is through channeling going to experience exactly the events that led to Ruinera's
Oh boy.
witnessing his family's execution.
Oh boy.
Now, I'm not saying that Ghost would affect that, but there are some things to consider about that in specificity.
Oh,
Yeah, no
I guess
problem.
that doesn't. You are not negatively affected by
But
quality
when you attempt
issue
to
when you attempt to
bypass
bypass
security measures. that would GM Fiat Ghost would work here.
It do seem like a security measure, though.
Yeah. Also, we gotta wrap this up.
We do. So I'm waiting for the roll.
All right, so I was just. I was
So
just making-
this is desperate great,
Yeah. I
or
believe
actually no,
so.
desperate standard. You don't have
Well,
anything that
I-
would make it great effect.
Well, I'm pushing myself.
Oh, you're
for
pushing
it
yourself to
play.
make it great effect.
Yeah,
Okay, desperate great.
that's a partial. Let's go. This is exactly where I wanted to be.
All right. So the success of this is getting him to stop, right?
No, the success of this is getting him specifically to both understand and forcibly empathize with him. He doesn't have to stop at all.
Yeah. The desperate consequence is he is in his Ruinera way, striding towards you, taking your head in both of his hands and like slamming it on the rocks.
Fantastic.
Take the level 3 harm extremely concussed.
Yes.
There's a word for that.
Level 3 harm skull injury? Yeah, there is a word for that, isn't there?
No, it's like a medical thing, but I forget what it is. Also, sorry for
Yeah.
distracting.
I think that like a piece of
so
rock.
what did you say, Peter?
Nothing. I'm just distracting. I'll just put it in the chat. Yeah, go on.
Oh, he slams him into the ground.
Yeah.
The ground is made of pavement.
Oh.
Can I make a
Great.
wait? Pause. Can I make a counter argument, or not a counter argument, but another offer of slamming head? I like the wait. Hear me out. There's like one of those aluminum benches with kind of like a ridge on it.
You're in the middle of like a
I'm-
military base where vehicles
just
drive
gonna
through.
make
There's
it
no
the ground.
benches around. I'm sorry.
My bad. I meant like military. I thought you meant like there was a place like with a kiosk, etc.
No,
okay, never
you're
mind.
in the hangar area where pub feet is, which means this is mostly pavement for driving on, and like
Alright.
hangar bays and
Okay,
stuff
before
like
we
that.
finish up really quick, Eric, I'm get a level with you. I want a piece of shrapnel.
Yeah, you just a piece of asphalt lodges in there.
Fantastic, thank you. Great, yeah, no, I'll take the level 3 harm brain injury.
And
Punished.
Rev and Eliza see as Ruinera turns around, picks up the shotgun, and cocks it again.
And yeah, the two of you arrive. Give me like 2 brief, like 15 seconds vignettes of like what you say and do.
Rev tells Liz to dismount. Rev engages the thrusters and tries to like death race SWAT Ruinera with the like.
Okay, well you have reflexes, so Ruinera will have to just resist this, otherwise it will work.
Awesome.
Liz is gonna back Rev up. When she gets off, she's gonna like cock her pistol and bring it up to aim.
Fuck yeah.
Are there any policemen?
They are coming. Rev has reflexes. Rev goes first.
Okay, great. So, you're on a motorcycle. You're on a motorcycle that you know how to control really well. This is controlled great.
No, he doesn't have to roll.
Oh, I thought he was.
That's-
Oh, just do it?
You have.
Okay.
He is inflicting a consequence on you that you have to resist if you don't.
And what's
want it to
the
hit you.
consequence again?
You are ramming into him with a motorcycle, right, Peter?
Yeah, so I'm imagining that like Rev's bike has like Rocket League like jet propulsion
Yes.
systems. He's jumping into the air and spinning so that he fucking like clotheslines Ruinera with like the wheel.
Okay, that's level 3 harm.
Yeah, I'm gonna resist that.
I'll be nice and say resisting this will reduce it to a level 1 harm as you dive out of the way and like scrape yourself on the pavement.
This is prowess.
Yeah, 100%. Alright, take 3 stress. Is that you? Did you stress out from that? Oh no, it's Laika
Nope.
that has really high stress.
And abrased, level 1 harm.
Did you mark the 3 stress? Is that what this is? Or
I
you
did, yeah.
spend- Okay. That's the first time you spent stress on this fight? Didn't you resist something?
Oh, yeah, I pushed, actually. I didn't resist.
Okay, so mark 2
I
extra
forgot to mark
stress
it.
then.
Yeah, I'm at 5.
Okay, and then... so Eliza's got her gun out, this happens, he dives out of the way, and then suddenly you are all surrounded by extremely confused soldiers who are like, everyone stop! Put your hands up! Drop your weapons! And then I think the show cuts to credits, unless anyone has like a thing they desperately want to put in, but I have 4 minutes to do XP for everyone.
No, I'm I'm good there personally.
Does Laika look unconscious / dead from Ruinera's
Yeah,
perspective?
probably.
Okay.
It's hard to tell if someone is dead when you give them a head wound,
Yeah,
because head
it's
wounds
true.
bleed a lot.
Ruinera raises his arms.
Okay.
Yeah, Reb as well, yeah.
XP time. Execute a successful battle, delivery, rescue operation. No.
This was a rescue operation.
No, it wasn't.
Rev and Eliza rescuing Laika?
They didn't succeed. Well, I mean, no,
Not
it
dead.
wasn't successful. Laika may be dead. I'm not counting. That's for a mission thing. However, not face off against challenges of your pay grade. Bolster your squad championship with a new one. Yes. Just the goals in a conflict with something in the squad. I'm gonna give you 2 for that one.
I guess level 3 harm is bad.
Okay, I keep looking at Adea's. I'm sorry, Adea. Actually, wait, hold on. Let me look at this real quick, just in case. I'm gonna give Adea 1 for expressing her history for her getting caught buying ciabatta bread. Eliza. I just challenged notoriety or camaraderie. Not a challenge, but you, like, pressed through your misgivings and were willing to trust your friends, so I will give you 1 for that. There was I'm just gonna give you 2 for expressing your strategy opening. You don't have... Oh, you marked soft. You decided on soft?
Yeah.
Do you think there's anything that happened this session, or any beliefs that you have with your fellow party members that you struggled with today?
Beliefs with my party members.
If you don't have that immediately, I will let you think about that while I go do everyone else. Feel free to come back to me at the end of this.
Let me have a quick glance.
Revly, Scaphander, just tilt of evasion, no. History treasure, you're opening, yes. 2 for that. Do you think you struggled with any of your beliefs about the other characters today? I will again let you think about that. Laika. You expressed your history. Man, your whole sheet is messed up, buddy. I don't know what you did. I certainly didn't do anything.
But back on, okay. So
history treasure opening. Yeah.
I will. Yes. I also struggled with my belief scars or quirks, and
which one?
And I'll specifically. How do I explain this? So this might sound a little crazy, but Laika was trying to get injured on purpose a couple of times here to avoid military repercussion.
I see.
And I'm personally happy to put that in coal.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that.
Especially in an attempt to sound like they are actively trying to like we should be more inclusive to Ruinera. I know what his plan is. Time to ruin it to get
100%.
myself injured to make everyone
Um,
see Ruinera different here.
Leica successfully gave Ruinera all the info, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll fill that clock 3 more times.
Um,
Oh wait, that's not Find a Day Out.
Yeah, it's determined Tainted Empire's nature.
Okay, that still needs 3 more.
3 more. Yep.
also, I do want to say, actually,
Uh-huh.
5
oh,
more.
sorry.
It's a 12-step, not a 10-step.
Also,
oh, you're right.
and
What do you want to
this
say?
is a-
We're
Yeah, I
already
was
over
trying.
time.
Sorry, I was just gonna say is specifically I want to get an XP for tragedy because collateral.
I gave you
Oh,
history and tragedy.
I didn't know that.
I'm sorry. All right, never
Pay
mind then.
attention. Ruinera. You addressed a challenge with mayhem.
Yes.
And also
Actually,
technical
Leica
skill.
also addressed a challenge with digital power. Which
Nice.
I'm counting as psychic power. I should
I'm
change
gonna
that to
bank all
psychic
6
power.
into channel.
Also technical skill and getting the footage.
That wasn't a challenge.
Oh.
I'm being
Uh,
a little bit harsh about that because we have a lot of game left to go, and you get a lot of XP every session anyway.
That's true, I do.
You expressed your strategy opening. Yes, you sure did. Did you struggle with any of your beliefs? I think you probably did.
Yeah. The family shit.
Oh, that's your history. Your beliefs with your party members.
Oh, yes. Leica specifically.
Yeah, that's
Fuck that
fair.
kid.
You can I just believe you on that. Okay, back around to the top. Eliza and Rev. Any belief
Yes.
/ trauma scar struggling?
Yes. Sorry. Belief with Liza. She grew up too slowly, then all at once. Hope she can handle the war in addition to everything else she's dealing with. Rev kind of wondering if like Eliza is like too soft to be able to like I guess handle herself, but then like struggling with that by choosing to trust her with the thaumaturge thing.
That's the struggling would be not trusting her, I would say.
Oh, okay. Then the other one, can I go with Ruinera, his nose is sharp and it like never stops working. Like Rev kind of dropping his suspicions a bit to trust Ruinera. Like
Yeah.
with
You know
For
what?
people?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Especially because trusting Ruinera may bite you in the ass in the long run. What about you, Eliza?
Well, she believes that she's got to be careful what to tell him, because, you know, again, could come back and bite in the ass if he knows too much. She took a big risk in trying to like spill everything that she learned about
That's
Uh,
true.
the Tainted Empire because she wanted to further her own personal goals of coming to resolution with her family and all that.
That's true. I'll give you that. This was a good. That's your playbook XP full. Okay, I'm now gonna go to the washroom and then, same as last week, immediately jump into the next session. On the bright side, I did a lot less GMing this time around, so I'll be fine.
Okay. I have a full XP track. What do I spend it on?
Kick Alistair and then reinvite him, please.
Did we ever purchase the facility that lets us push our thing into like four blips?
yeah, or
We got mastery.
We got.
can I just say, yeah, we have mastery. What a fucking poggers session! Holy fuck!
I think so. Yeah.
I'm fucking shook.
That was pretty nice. Hello, Alistair.
I'm like,
yeah.
whoa.
Okay. I'm gonna dump 6 points of my XP track to max out battle. Boop.
God
My
dang.
end goal was to like have Rev be
I forgot to end the recording. 1 second.